In 1985, China did something that sounded absolutely insane. They took 11 captive-bred Przewalski's horses, animals that had spent generations in European zoos, and dumped them into one of the harshest deserts on the planet. The Gurbantunggut Desert, Xinjiang, China, summer, 40 degrees Celsius, winter, -45, water, barely any, soul, dead. Western scientists were blunt. You're sending zoo animals to die. They won't last a year. This isn't conservation. This is a death sentence, and honestly, they had every reason to be skeptical, because these weren't just any horses, these were Przewalski's horses, the only true wild horse species left on Earth, a living fossil that had survived for 60 million years, only to be declared extinct in the wild in the 1970s. And now, China was trying to bring them back, by throwing them into a desert that eats everything alive. The world watched, and most of them laughed. Let's rewind a bit. In 1878, a Russian explorer named Nikolai Przewalski stumbled upon these wild horses in Mongolia. They were small, stocky, with short, upright manes, like nothing anyone had ever seen. 60 million years of evolution. They'd outlived mammoths, outlived saber-toothed tigers. But they couldn't outlive humans, hunting, habitat loss. By the 1960s, they'd vanished from China. By the 1970s, the world declared them extinct in the wild. The only survivors, a few hundred, scattered in zoos across Europe and North America. They were ghosts, walking museum pieces. So when China said, in 1985, we're bringing them back, people rolled their eyes. You can't just drop zoo animals into the wilderness and expect them to survive. The Gobi Desert is not a rehabilitation center. It's a graveyard. And for a while, it looked like the skeptics were right. The first winter hit hard. Temperatures dropped to -40. Some horses didn't make it. The media had a field day. China's wild horse gamble failing. Zoo horses can't survive the wild. The West watched. And they nodded knowingly. Told you so. But here's where the story gets weird. The horses that survived started to thrive. By 1988, just 3 years after the release, a breakthrough. Zhengir No. 1. The first wild horse born in China in nearly a century. The breeding program was working, but nobody predicted what happened next. The desert started retreating. The horses weren't just surviving, they were healing the land. Here's how. Dung equals fertilizer. Their manure brought nutrients back into the dead soil. Soil that had been lifeless for decades suddenly became alive again. Hooves equals plows. Their trampling broke the hard, crusted ground. That allowed seeds to take root. Seeds that had been dormant for years, just waiting for the chance to grow. Grazing equals diversity. By eating certain plants, they created space for others. A whole ecosystem started coming back. Plants exploded. Grasses, shrubs, trees started growing, and the sand, it stopped advancing. By the early 2000s, Western scientists who had once laughed were now showing up with notebooks and cameras. How is this possible? These horses are engineering the entire landscape. We're watching a desert being reversed by horses. The headlines flipped. China's Wild Horse Project, a conservation miracle? The horses that beat the desert from extinct to ecosystem savior. Western media, it a complete 180. The same outlets that had mocked the project were now running glowing features. How 11 horses revived a wasteland, the desert that lost 2 horses. Nature's comeback story, and it's even better than we expected. Let's talk numbers, because numbers don't lie. Metric 1985-2024. Population 11, imported 900 across China. Wild release sites 1 multiple, Kalamali, Dunhuan, Egsi, Helen Mountain. Desert impact advancing stabilized, with regrowth. In Xinjiang alone, the population broke 800 by 2024. More than 146 horses have been successfully released into the wild across 18 separate batches, from 11 to 900 plus. That's not just a comeback, that's a miracle, and the land. The Gurbantunggut Desert, once considered a losing battle against desertification, is now slowly turning green. But here's the thing that really blows everyone's mind. This isn't just about saving a species, it's about using nature to fix nature. The horses didn't just survive, they actively restored their own habitat, in ways that no human engineer could have planned. They turned dead soil into living soil. They pushed back sands that had been advancing for decades. They brought back an entire ecosystem. Plants, insects, birds, even predators started returning. Western scientists now call it one of the most remarkable rewilding projects in history. 37 years later, over 900 horses roam free. Deserts are retreating, plants are growing. An entire wasteland has come back to life, and the West, they went from laughing to watching to wondering, and finally, to applauding. Because sometimes, the best way to fix a broken planet is to let nature do what nature does best. 11 horses walked into a desert, and they brought the desert back to life, one hoofprint at a time.